Hello, my name's Andrew, and today we're doing a first impression review of the Jack Stillman Trapper Wax Canvas Backpack. So last video I reviewed the Mad 13 by Jack Stillman. It's another wax canvas backpack. Has a little bit more of like a wide short profile and then a roll top. And the Trapper is really similar, but it's got a little bit taller, more slimmer profile. And the kind of interesting thing about this backpack also has a roll top, but when you unclip it, you basically got a swappable bag, which is kind of nice because if you're someone who has multiple setups, like, I don't know, you're an outdoor guide and you have different type of adventures that you go on, maybe you're going on fishing trips or you're an outdoor photographer, you can basically load up the bag with all of the supplies that you would normally have and then just swap it out. So when you remove the bag, what you're left with is sort of like this shell. So you can see that it's got kind of two sides. They're both really durable canvas. There's a little bit of padding here, just like on the Mad 13. So it feels nice and soft on your back. Then it has a handle on the top, which is one of my favorite features of these backpacks because if you want to take it off and carry it for some reason, it's really ergonomic and it's also durable for hanging. Like the Mad 13, it's also got high quality brass hardware everywhere, which is super durable. It also builds up a patina over time, so you get kind of a unique look on your hardware. Also has a hang tag at the top if you just want to put it up on the wall, something like that. The way the frame works is that you've got these straps on the side and you can cinch these up to make the pack as tight or as wide as you want to. So even though the actual frame of it is a little bit more narrow, you get a lot more space here. So it's kind of nice. Overall, this is kind of like a tall, narrow backpack that can be wider. And then with the Mad 13, it's kind of like a short, fat backpack that can become taller. When you open up the top, it can almost become like a full-length backpacking pack, which is awesome. I think this one is really great for every day. It's just basic, you know, simple, has two side pockets, which are convenient for putting your wallet in and stuff. But with both packs, they've got this really cool modular design. So this is an extra pouch. And you can also buy molle tabs in different sizes. And if you don't know, molle tabs are basically a military design that allows you to attach things all over a backpack, which is very cool. They've got the straps here, which you can attach to on the frame. They've got strips on the back. So like I've chosen to put this pouch here and it's like completely modular. So I don't know, I put my wallet in here for quick access, which is kind of cool. But it reminds me of playing some kind of post-apocalyptic video game like Fallout or something where you can just sort of like mod out your backpack to the exact specifications you want. So I feel like with the Trapper, it's ideal for someone who has the exact image of what kind of backpack layout they want, and maybe they need to be tweaking things all the time for different types of adventures. But yeah, taking a look at the bottom, you've got really solid leather here, so no problem with bearing heavier loads. I find it to be very comfortable for going to the grocery store and getting like a watermelon and 2 celeries and a bunch of stuff where I'm adding up to like 15 or 20 pounds, which is a pretty typical load for backpacking. And for some reason, although it doesn't have a cross strap, which is one thing that I would like to see Jack Stillman add, but I just don't feel any strain. I think there are a number of reasons for that. One is that the straps are a bit wider, which helps create a little bit more friction. They're also padded, which feels great, and they're also closer together. Plus, I think the backpack having a little bit shorter frame keeps it higher up on your back, and this takes the load off of your lower back, which tends to kind of pull you backwards when you're hiking. And then they've also got a second ring here, so if you want to move these straps up there, like if you're someone who has a little bit shorter build than I do, or you just want a tighter fit, that's another option. But yeah, I like to wear this backpack cinched down, and it creates like a really tight loop around where your shoulders are, and this seems to take off pretty much all of the stress. But if you're someone who likes a cross strap, the hack that I came up with is just getting a couple molle tabs like this. You can even connect them together depending on how wide you want the strap to be. And then you can just kind of like run it across the backpack and clip it together like so, depending on how much chest room you have. You can run it from the side tabs, or you can run it around the straps, or you can run it through these extra loops here, and that just provides a little bit more security. Going back to the trap sack, it's got a super durable bottom to it that's reinforced, a little bit thicker. And then the whole thing is wax canvas, so it sheds water very well, just like the Jack Stillman Ranger poncho, which I wore out to the Adirondacks when it was pouring rain, and it was really a lifesaver. It's like wearing a portable tent, which is awesome. On the side of the sack, you've also got more attachments for molle tabs, so you can put things wherever wherever you want. And then if you want a little more security, you can leave the pack looped into the frame, but I actually undid this so that I can easily take the pack in and out. I just want to see how that worked. But if you're someone who doesn't plan on replacing it, I mean, maybe the Mad 13 would be a better fit in general, but I think it also creates a little more seamless look if you do hook it into the sack. But yeah, on the inside, you've also got this really nice flannel lining for a little bit of insulation. And like any typical roll top, you can scrunch it down as much as you want to. And you can just leave it like this if you want a little more square look at the top of the backpack. But they also have a button molle tab on the top as well. So if you want to seal it off to moisture, that can really help. And then it also gives you a nice carry handle. Another cool thing about the frame is that you can actually use it as a backpack without the sack even in there, because there's a little carry pouch here, and you can just put like weird size objects. Like, I don't know, if I was carrying around a bunch of barefoot shoes, you know, for a shoot or something, I can just put them in here because you've got the side straps there to keep bigger objects in. Then you've also got more molle tab attachments here to hang stuff. So I don't know, the options is endless with this pack. Another thing you can add to your loadout is a water bottle holder. This is also wax canvas. It's got a drawstring at the top to keep the water bottle from coming out. And it can support quite tall water bottles, which is nice for longer hikes. And you could also load them up on the sides if you wanted to, or even more if you wanted to put them on the front or something like that. And then again, taking them off is as easy as just unbuttoning. You know, if you want to go on a more minimal hike and you don't want that stuff, you can just go lighter weight. Although one feature I think that would be useful for the molle tabs is if they just had extra buttons here, you know, because then you could really dial in how tight you wanted them to be on the side. As it is, you have multiple options with the strap attachments here, so you can kind of just find your way. Like if you want it a little bit looser, you can just go through one less tab, which will give you a little bit more room there, like so. But overall, it's gonna be really fun to see how many different configurations I can come up with for the Trapper, and I'll let you guys know how it goes in the full review. But in the meantime, if you'd like to support the channel, you can shop with the referral links down below, watch my Jack Stillman Mad 13 backpack review for a minimalist alternative, or check out my Ranger Poncho field report from some rainy hiking in the Adirondacks. Finally, if you have a question about the Jack Stillman Trapper backpack or about sustainable gear in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.